Okay. Number 12 is M is less than or equal to negative 68, and it will be shaded to the left. Number 14 is, and 12 would have a filled in circle. Number 14, would be C is greater than 121. It would be an open circle shaded to the right. Number 16 is X is less than or equal to 20, which would have a closed filled in circle shaded to the left. Number 18 is H is greater than 21, and it would be an open circle shaded to the right. 20 is N is greater than or equal to 108. Excuse me. And it would be a closed circle shaded to the right. 22 is R is less than 16, which would be an open circle shaded to the left. 24 is T is greater than negative 1, which would be open circle shaded to the right. 26, Z is greater than or equal to 11, which would be a filled in circle shaded to the right. 28, D is greater than negative 2.5, which would have an open circle shaded to the right. Number 30 is 25. 32 is at least 250 miles, and 34 is no more than 6.2 gallons. Questions do we have? 24. Oh yeah. So 24 is negative 26 is less than 26T so what should we do? Divide by 26. Sounds like a great idea. So we get negative 1 is less than T. Now what should we do? Okay, so when we flip it, it's got to flip everything, right? So it turns into T is greater than negative 1. Oh, I see. I see. You what? Okay. What kind of circle are we going to draw? Open circle. Open circle. Okay, so are we paying close attention, everyone? Graph it like this. Don't go off book and do some nonsense like doing stuff above the line and whatever else, some stupid thing and whatever else. I don't know where people will do weird stuff, but don't do weird stuff. Just graph it normal, like I show you. Do this, open circle, nice pretty open circle. It's easy to tell it's open circle. And then shade like this. Don't draw a line, don't do whatever, don't do something silly, do this. Make sense? Easy peasy? Don't do your own thing on these, because you end up drawing something that looks dumb and is hard to understand and whatever else. Don't just like half shade things in. Don't do that. Do this. Okay. What other questions do we have on this lesson? Yes, ma'am. 30. Cheerleading. To remain on the cheerleading squad, Lakita, possibly, maybe, question mark, must attend at least 3/5 of the study table session offered. She attends 15 sessions. If Lakita met the requirements, what is the maximum number of study table sessions? Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So, let's write an expression, then we'll start filling in numbers. Okay? So, to get, what letter we want to use?
S.
Sure. She must do 3/5 of S, at least 3/5 of S, to be passing, or whatever it is. Not kicked off, right? So, she attended 15. See, what does it say? Was attended at least 3/5 of the. Okay. So the question then is, where does the 15 go?
Right side.
Go right here. So if she did 15 of them,
She will pass.
we'll assume that that's right. So now to solve that, what do we do?
Multiply every side by factors. Both sides by factors.
And we get 25. If there were more than 25, she didn't make it, right? Because she didn't do 3/5 of them. Make sense?
So on some of them I should have did the wrong way.
Okay, well, let's pick one and do it and see if we can figure out what you did.
It was 20. I don't remember which one.
I'm sorry. I was distracted by whatever in the world they're yelling about. What are you saying?
What was the answer for?
20? The answer to 20 was n is greater than or equal to 108, which would have a filled in circle shaded to the right.
Yeah, I should have did it to the left.
Okay. I think I know what you did. Let's see if I'm right. Let's find out, shall we? Number 20. Negative 1/6 of n is less than or equal to negative 18. What do we need to do?
Divide by the reciprocal.
Multiply by the reciprocal, which is dividing. Yeah, that's what you meant. So what is the reciprocal of negative 1/6? Negative 6. When we multiply or divide both sides by negative, what happens?
Sign flips.
The inequality flips. The sign also flips, but yeah, so the inequality flips around. So this turns into n is greater than or equal to 108 or whatever it is. Is that right? Yeah. So then will be a filled in circle at 108. 0, and then how about 50, and then 100, and then 108. Do a filled in circle. Look here. See how pretty that looks? Filled in circle. Not just like a number line with nothing on it, not arrows on the top, nothing else weird. I'm telling you, don't do weird things. Just do it right. I'm not done yet. Oh, for this part, you don't have to put those. You can. But you have to shade in a big arrow, right? If you use colored pencils or pens like I recommend, this is real easy. Like easy money. There's no confusion. That's lies. You have stuff. I know you do. Make sense? Okay. Did you forget to flip the inequality sign?
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. Hole filled.
Even though I tried to remember that, but
That's okay. That's okay. You'll remember better now. What did you say, Ridley?
I think I might have accidentally flipped it on me. Like, I did that, but I think I accidentally flipped it.
What do you mean? You flipped it and flipped it back or something?
I flipped it, but I didn't mean to flip it.
Oh, so you accidentally got it right.
Yes, I
I see. Okay, well.
yeah. So when I accidentally double flipped, because I thought we would flip if it's a negative, and then
I don't either. What other questions do we have on this lesson?
should we do questions on the quiz?
You can do questions on the quiz if you have any. Anybody have any questions on the quiz? What do you mean you don't know?
I said I have it on home.
Okay, what question do you have? 32. Apply math. The National Honor Society at Pleasantville High School wants to raise at least $500 for a local charity. Each student earns 50 cents for every quarter of a mile walked in a walkathon. How many miles will the students need to walk?
A walkathon is it even?
It is a thing. It is a way that somebody does donates for the charity, whatever else, all the things. Yeah, and then the people walk and do the stuff. Yeah. Sometimes when they do something like a walkathon, you'll have to buy a ticket to be in it, and then businesses will give money to the stuff. And then it's double help because the students get some exercise and the charity gets a charity thing. It's great. So sweet. You don't like that kind of a fundraiser? It's fine, Joe. You don't have to like that kind.
Just gonna walk.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's see with math. So 50 cents for every quarter of a mile walked. How many miles do they need to walk? So 50 cents, right?
Yeah.
50 cents times the number of quarter miles. And they want to earn how much? $500? We want that to be greater than or equal to $500, right? That's easy money so far. Now what? Divide by 0.5.
0.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter, yeah? Sig figs, bro, sig figs. Which would give us 1,000, presumably, right? Okay, so 1,000 quarters of a mile. The question asks how many miles, so we're not quite done yet.
Fourths. Because of quarters.
Yeah, so we got to divide it by 4. So the miles, they've got to walk at least 250 miles total.
Horrible.
I didn't divide it.
Yeah, you found the number of quarter miles.
If only they told us how many people they would.
If only the woodpecker size. That's all I can remember that song. Probably because every time that song shows up in the book, the words are slightly different. Nobody knows that book. I know at least one of you's read it. I know that for sure.
It's holes.
It is Holes. Look at that. 2 of you. Well, have you read it or just watched it?
It's been the second one yes I have. Really.
There you go. The movie's actually pretty good. Yeah. Did y'all know that every time in the book, every time that song is written, the words are slightly different.
Did they change?
Yeah.
Forgot if they said that in the movie.
Okay. What other questions do we have, kids? on this test, this whatever it is, homework or the quiz, either one's fine.
Oh, I have one on the quiz.
Okay.
Number 7.
Number 7 on the quiz.
At first I was like there is no 7 on the homework.
Number 7 on the quiz. Oh yeah, that was the one that had was a little bit tricky, right? 8r plus 6 is less than 9r. So what should we do?
Add, no. Wait, 8 and 8 are
I don't think so. Adding it won't move it over there. What will actually move it over there? Subtracting 8r from both sides will move it, right? Minus 8r, minus 8r. So we end up with 6 is less than r. Now what?
No.
Flip it around. Turn it into r is greater than 6. Now what? We graph it. What kind of circle is it going to have? Open circle. Which direction are we going to shade?
To the right.
To the right. Why? Jen, just because I probably haven't said it enough, if you aren't shading like that, fix it. If it's not really clear what you've done, you ain't gonna get points for it. And if you start doing this nonsense, people like that, I probably will, even though that's clear what you're trying to say more or less, I might count off just because that's annoying. Don't do that. That's just dumb. Okay. Any other questions from the homework or the quiz?
Might need to remind us.
Only annoying to you
I didn't understand anything you just said, bro.
is only annoying to you.
Yeah, well, I'm the one that's grading it, so. So there you go. Okay, let's take a quiz.
Jake, page 295.
Yes.
Wait, what's that?
I did not take your ruler at all.
You didn't, but you did pick it up.
Yeah, it's okay. If I walked out of the classroom and building, then I would take it. So,